Lions and Carolina Panthers. This is going to be a good game on Sunday. You got two teams coming at it, different perspective here. The Lions are 3-1, trying to win the division. Carolina Panthers 0-4, trying to win a game. One team's looking to be making a playoff run. The other one's just trying to make a step in the right direction, as they picked Bryce Young in this last year's draft with the first pick in the draft. They're trading up. So two different teams, two different times of the build. Lions, they're not in building mode anymore. They're in winning mode, and the Carolina Panthers are in building mode. In this video, we're going to break it all down. Keys to victory for the Detroit Lions. Let's go. If you're a fan of the Detroit Lions and you want to hear it from a fan perspective like myself or other content creators, or if you want to hear it from a former player in Herman Moore, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because that's what it's all about. Lions Nation Unite is all things Detroit Lions, different perspectives, and having a good time. So subscribe to the channel and we will have at it. Two teams, Lions 3-1, Panthers 0-4, colliding on Sunday at 1 p.m. Home game for the Lions, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Lions trying to go to 4-1. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I think this game is going to be an easy game for the Detroit Lions. I think it's going to be somewhat of a blowout game. You got the Lions as top 10 on offense and defense in many categories. Then you got the Carolina Panthers that are bottom 20s in both offense and defense. You know, we do have the return of a couple players and coaches here. You got DJ Chark coming back here, Todd Wash, former coach, same with the running backs coach coming back here. And you got the Lions that are just trying to continue to dominate. That's what they're trying to do here. So for me, one of the big keys for victory for the Detroit Lions is running the football. The Lions are 10 in running offense, and the Carolina Panthers is 26 run defense. The Detroit Lions should run. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs should be utilized a lot in this game. I was watching the Vikings game versus the Panthers this past Sunday, and the Vikings were just killing them in the run game. It was giant holes, absolute dominance. And if the Lions, there looks like Halapoulivaati Vaitai may be back. They could be full strength in the offensive line. David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, they should be touching the ball 2 out of 3 times. First and second downs, maybe even third downs. We should be running the hell out of the football in this game. Definitely. And that will open up play action with the Jameson Williams, who will be back, or St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond. But the Lions need to run the football. I want to see David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs put up some big numbers on Sunday. You know, this is how you physically dominate a team, by running the football. And with such a mismatch here, the Lions should do it. And the Carolina Panthers is pretty good in pass defense. Okay, they're pretty good in pass defense. That's their one strength. And when you have such a mismatch in run defense, you got to run the football. And that goes to number 2, the play action. I kind of just spoke on it here. When you run the football, play action is going to work. Jared Goff loves play action. He's good at it. We have the weapons for it. Every once in a while, do a play action deep pass. I suspect somebody will be open. Laporta, Williams, St. Brown, Reynolds, Leaf. One of these guys is going to be open, because the Lions are just, when you run the football and it's forcing them to attempt to stop the run, someone's going to break open on a play action. And it works great. You have the offensive line that can hold it there while Jared Goff's looking for his reads. The one player that's making a big play. We seen it last year with Jameson Williams with a 41-yard touchdown wide open. We've seen this past Sunday with Laporta. So somebody, and St. Brown, somebody will be open. Do the play action, win the game. Another key to victory here is don't self-destruct. Don't shoot yourselves in the foot. I think the Detroit Lions, to win this game, just don't screw up. I know that sounds pretty bad, but look, penalties, all right, injuries, that can be part. That's not really self-destructing though, right? You're not trying to injure somebody, but penalties outsmarting yourself. If it's a 4th and 1, we don't need to do what other teams do and stand a shotgun around the football. But just don't self-destruct. We already got to go against the team. Got to go against the referees. Don't self-destruct. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. The holding penalties, 10-yard, the pass interference penalties are big. The Packers game, one drive was basically a whole penalty. They kept penalizing the one drive, and that's where they got their touchdown. The Lions mitigate that. Don't self-destruct. We can absolutely dominate a team. We can dominate the Panthers. Easily go to 4-1. So don't do that in this game. Who do you guys got winning the game? Do you have the Panthers winning? Put Panthers. Do you got the Lions winning? Put Lions. Blow up the comment section with the Lions and Panthers. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that's going to put Lions, as they should. But, hey, maybe you disagree. Maybe you think the Lions will falter in this one. Another key to victory here is the defensive line. The defensive line has got to continue to wreak havoc upon Carolina's offensive line here. You have an opportunity to do kind of like 3 games straight. That we dominated in the Falcons game, and we dominated in the Packers game on the defensive line. Let's dominate this game. You're going against a rookie quarterback in Bryce Young. And if you have the pass rushers doing what they did the last couple of games, it's going to be a long day for Bryce Young. Force him to check down or just throw an errant pass where he can get an interception. It will force him to throw the ball early. He's not a big guy. He's a small guy. You have a lot of talent on that defensive line. Charles Harris, Aiden Hutchinson, Lee McNeil, Romeo Aquara, John Kaminsky. All these people need to attack Bryce Young. Isaiah Buggs came back last week, did a really good job. Same thing. Now, he's mobile, so you got to be careful about that because he can run around. We've seen him in preseason, what he can do. Right? He can run and extend a play. But the defensive line just got to be sound and smack the hell out of Bryce Young. Get him frustrated and irritated in this game. That's what you want to see. We got to stop the run. Okay? They don't have that many passing weapons out there. They got Adam Thielen as their number one. Okay? That's pretty much about it. Like, they don't have that many weapons. So if you stop the run and force them to pass, that's a sign of success. Stop the run game. We're number one in the NFL stopping the run. Let's continue to do it. Let's continue to do it. This team is damn good stopping the run. So let's force Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers to throw the football. Just completely dominate the run game. And that includes Bryce Young because he is a mobile quarterback. You do that, the Lions should win. Because you got Cam Sutton out there, Jerry Jacobs, Emmanuel Mosley is going to come in this game. You got all Brian Branch. You got a lot of playmakers out there. And if you force them to pass, those playmakers are going to get some turnovers. Those playmakers are going to make some plays. Lions will then win that game. So get pressure. Questions for the game is Big V going to play? You know, he may play. That would be so awesome to see him back out there of the offensive line at full strength. Kirby Joseph, will he play? Brian Branch? I think if there's any questions or nagging injuries in some of these players, this would be a good game to kind of rest them. I know that sounds, crazy, but I think the Lions can win this game without some of these guys. And, you got to think about a 17-game season. Well, at 12 after this. So, or 12 of this, maybe more with the playoffs. Obviously, the Lions, it looks like they could win the NFC North. So if there's any sort of nagging injuries in some of these players, I think it'd be a good time to rest them. But if they're good to go, let them play. Let them, have some fun in this game. Let's do a dominating game. I would like to see Teddy Bridgewater in the fourth quarter. Not because of Jared Goff not playing well. It's because Jared Goff played well, and we're ahead by a mile. And I'd like to see some second strings in there. That's what I'd like to see. I want this to be a game where the Lions absolutely dominate from start to finish. I want this to be a complete game. And go to 4-1, go to 4-1. And we'll see what the rest of the NFC North does. Maybe they lose out. Well, we'll find out tomorrow with the Bears. At some point, though, the Bears are terrible. Then you get the Vikings and then the Packers. Hey, if the Vikings and Packers, we'll see what they do. But the Lions can jump up there and take a commanding lead in the NFC North. That's what we want. But you got to win this game. You got to win your own. And especially at home. With the crowd, it's going to be loud. Loud on Sunday. Real loud. And so that's what we want to see. Then week 6, we got to go to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's going to be the 4:25 game, not a 1 p.m. game because they flexed it. Because the Lions are good and the Tampa Bay is pretty good. So that's going to be a interesting game for sure, how that one plays out. But we got to win this game first. If you've not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Trying to get to 9,000 subscribers. Look, if you're a Lions fan or if you're a Carolina Panthers fan, whatever, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get this thing out there. It's the road to 9K. And with your help, it can happen. With that said, folks, adios.